Welcome back. Today, gonna work on getting the shifter hooked up. Gonna work on getting that shifter riser and mounted and set up in there. And before I do that, I kind of want to get, since that shifter riser is gonna be based, like nutted to the floor with rib nuts and not going to be easy to get off once the carpet's on there, I want to throw some sound deadening in there. And I got this leftover from when I did the 63 Nova. And I've got a good amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I got about 15 sheets of this stuff. So that'll be plenty to throw around the tunnel area and maybe a little bit out here. That way, when I bolt the shifter down, I don't have to unbolt everything later to put this stuff in, because I was planning on putting that in anyways. So I'm gonna kind of just do like a ring around right here. And then I can always come back, and the spots I don't finish, I can get later. And then I can address like these little tiny screw holes right here later. I'm not gonna cover those with the sound deadening, but I'll leave that. But let me get started on, I guess, first step will be take this guy, get it right there where I want it, mark the holes, get some rib nuts, put in the floor, and get the shifter bolted to that, and then bolt it down. And I think from there, that'll be good. Then I can put the carpet back, go underneath and do the bottom stuff. So let me get on that. Oh, I'm gonna pull out all this stereo wiring too. All right, I got where I wanted to get done. Stopped it short of this edge right here. And I should be able to pull the carpet up from that side, even with the shifter bolted down, and get that side on. So I could have just done this tunnel part, but I figured while I'm here, let's just do this. And then I can do the seat, underneath the seat anytime. And I still might even do it before I put the seat in, like once I get the shifter in and pull the carpet this way. Let's see how much I got of this stuff left. I did use several sheets just for that little small area. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I used about 7, maybe 7 or 7.5, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 7, or I'd say 7.5, 7 or 8 sheets. 8 sheets conservatively right there. This stuff looks like it goes a long way, but you don't realize how big your floor is until you start putting it down. So I'm gonna clean this area up, and I'm gonna get ready to fold this carpet back over and cut holes for the nut certs that I put in. Oh crap, did I really cover that up? Oh no, it's right there. So there and there. I left those out so that I have plenty of room around those to not have it bulge up. But this stuff doesn't really bulge. It lays down super flat. So now I'm gonna flip the carpet up, and hopefully I can find those holes in the carpet to hopefully get this all in one shot, but we'll see. Before I try to mount this riser in there, I think I'm gonna get this all drilled out and mounted up on here first. At least drill the holes. That way I can get to them. You know what? I think I'm gonna just drill the holes so I don't make a mess inside. But yeah, I'll just center this yeah, I'll center this on there. You can see that this fits on here like super nice. And this is a universal stand right here. So I'm gonna get this marked up, drilled out, and I think I'll wait to mount it until I'm inside because I'm gonna peel this off in there, do a little satisfying peeling of this, little skin peel. So let me drill this first and we'll put it inside and get it mounted. Get this ugly old B&M Ratchet shifter all mounted up in there. It's gonna be nice. Figured I would pause and show you guys my technique. I've got 2 holes located right there, and I'll show you how I did it. Basically, hold on. Okay. Take my Sharpie. Color the nut cert really good. Okay. And don't wait too long. Okay. Come back under here. Oh my gosh, this is hard to do with one hand, guys. Come back under here, and I think, oh, I can barely see it. It's right there. Right there, got a little bit of a transfer. So that's why I'm gonna cut my hole with a razor blade, and I'm gonna pop another punch through there from the top and call it a hole. I'll do it on the front too. Now that I got them all located, I think I'm gonna do the hot socket trick of heating the hot socket up to melt the carpet hole right there, make a nice carpet hole right on those spots. Because the carpet's everywhere it should be, it's just dirty. Shifter cable's pulled through. So I think I'm gonna do the hot socket method, and I'll show you what it looks like after I'm done. And then I can mount that, and hopefully my holes kind of line up. Thankfully, there's a little bit of flexibility in this thing to where even if it's not perfect, it should stretch a little bit. So we'll find out. There's my holes. So close. That was my weapon of choice right there. Set this down so it doesn't burn anything else. Just use a torch. Hole, 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 hole. 4 beautiful holes. All right, I'm gonna get the vacuum out and vacuum underneath that spot and then bolt that down. Very easy to do. I guess it's not very easy, but it's like, it's just a little more time consuming. But it makes that nice clean hole. I don't even want to tell you how long it took me to bolt this down. It's embarrassing, but it's there. I think that looks pretty nice. And it's solid, not going anywhere. So I'm gonna go get the shifter bolted on. Shifter's done. Not stoked about the angle of the cable back there, but we'll see how it does. everything's rock solid. I need to, I'm not sure how I feel about this one. It's only $10 off Amazon, but that's red, the cable's red, but everything is rock solid. One thing that's cool about this is that I can, I'm thinking about getting some cup holders to mount to the side of this, like one on each side, like a cup holder. Since there is no cup holders, I think I'm definitely gonna do that. I just need to find the right one that might look decent. But that's it as far as the shifter goes. That took a long freaking time. But the next thing I'm gonna do is get that hooked up to the transmission. And then once that's hooked up to the transmission, oh, that's not good. Well, it's still moving. It's just exposed right there. Anyways, once I have that hooked up to the transmission, then I'll figure out which sticker should be this one right here. Right there on the end. Or no, wait. Yeah, right there. Should be that end one. And then I'll put that on the shifter. But that's it for that part of the shifter. Now we're under here working on getting the transmission linkage all hooked up. Oh, that light won't stay. So this is the bracket that comes with the B&M kit. I don't know if that's the right orientation yet, but I got my cable back here. I got to figure out, oh geez. I got to figure out how I'm going to route this up here. And then this is the bracket that it comes with. That'll go like right there with spacers. So let me get this bolted up and show you kind of how it is after I get this dialed in. All right, so routed up around. I probably should have taken this old bracket off, but it's not even hitting that bracket, so I'm not even worried about it. But linkage is all on there. It's not tension on it right there in the park position. So let me go cycle through this and see what happens. All right, dudes, check it out. We're dialed. We're dialed. One thing that's kind of important I didn't do yet is actually bolt the transmission crossmember to the frame rails. It's just kind of just been resting there the whole time. So I need to get these bolts, 2 for each side. I need to get those drilled through the frame into that flat part of the bracket. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna try to reuse holes that are down there so I don't have to drill fresh ones. I think I found a couple on each one. They're not in the exact spots I'd like them, but they'll be fine. So let me go drill those and then I'll show you what I did after I'm done. Two bolts on each side. And she's rock solid. She ain't going anywhere. I just need to zip tie some lines and crap out of the way. Speedo cable I'm not gonna be able to use. Solid mounted on there though. Shifter linkage hooked up. Now I just gotta do cooler lines for the transmission. Cooler lines and then bolt the torque converter to the flywheel. That'll be fun. It's really tight. All right. Hole is cut in the firewall, a 2-inch hole. So now I'm going to take all this harness inside and slowly feed it through there. Be careful on those edges until I get a grommet that clamps down after the thing's already in there. All right, look how clean this turned out. Very happy with that. Thing's solid and it's clean and it's coming out at a good location. And it can still adjust it in and out a little bit. It's still got a little bit of play. So I figure once I get it exactly where I want it, I'll just do like some cloth tape to kind of thicken it up right there so that it's a nice tighter ring around there. But for now, it's great. The wire is protected from the firewall sheet metal and everything is just hanging out inside. You see a little bit of light through there. That's what I was talking about, tighten that up a little bit. But and look at this, shuts so much better now that I put like that PVC stuff there. I don't have to slam the door like crazy now. All right, so that's where I guess I'm gonna stop for now. Well, at least this video. Next video, I think I'm gonna work on getting the flywheel attached to the torque converter, and I should have some more AN line coming today with hopefully the right fittings to attach to this oil cooler that was on the truck before with the other engine and transmission. So I'm gonna take this time to kind of clean up and get reset and wait for more parts to arrive today and then keep going. Doesn't seem like that much, but every little thing here and there is just kind of adding up. Don't let the sun deceive you. It's not warm, but we're gonna get this thing going before summer.